Welcome back, mate. We're looking at linear equations, and we're going to be focusing more now on the mechanics. Kind of went over some definitions in the last video on what an equation is, types of equations. So let's talk about the definition of linear equation. Let's do that. And I think I'm going to use, we'll use that color there. So a linear equation should look like this, where ax plus b is equal to 0. A and b, we would say, are elements of R. Now, if you don't know what R is all the real numbers. Okay? They're all the real numbers. A solution to this equation would look like this. X is equal to negative b over a. Now, because you can't divide by 0, we need to state that a cannot equal 0. Let's now look at an example. And I think I'll just go back to blue. So let's say that we had 4/5 times x plus 5 is equal to 10. We want to solve for x in this problem. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this fraction. And we're going to talk more about how to deal with fractional expressions in the next video, but this is the best way to do it. If I multiply 5, I didn't leave enough room, all the way across the equation. Okay, I multiplied 5 all the way across the equation. This way, these 5's cancel out, and we're left with 4x plus 5 times 5 is 25 is equal to 50. Now the next thing we want to do is subtract 25 from both sides. So I rewrite. Subtracting 25 from both sides. This leaves me with 4x is equal to, as you can see, these cancel out. Positive 25 minus 25 is 0. 50 minus 25 is 25. Now we have to deal with that coefficient that's in front of the x. And we want to turn that into a 1. So what I'm going to do is multiply by its reciprocal. But what I do to the left, I must also do to the right. So as you can see, the 1/4 times 4 is 1. However, we don't write 1 there. We just don't write it. And then we can rewrite this as 25 over 4. So you can see that 25 over 4 is a solution. You should always go back and check your work by plugging the 25 over 4 into our original equation and solving for x. Now I'm not going to go through and do this, but I will write it out. So we started with 4/5 times x, which says that our x is 25 over 4 plus 5 is equal to 10. Well, as you can see, the 4's cancel out, and 5 goes into 25 5 times. So that ends up all becoming 5, and 5 plus 5 is 10. So we can check that off as being this being one of our solutions. Actually, it's the only solution to the equation. Well, that concludes this video. We have lots more examples to work, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.